if Earth's life support systems are being manipulated, if the climate on which our lives depend is being manipulated, if the atmosphere on which our lives depend is being decimated by climate engineering, and every breath we take, in fact, made toxic by these programs, that should be our logical priority. A recent science study that was just done and published with the goal of determining how best to sell stratospheric aerosol injection. What does that term mean? It means to spray particles into the atmosphere. That's a science term. Most are unfamiliar with it, but this is one of the many science terms that we should use if we want to bring credibility to this issue, stratospheric aerosol injection. And this science paper is a study on how best to convince the population to accept stratospheric aerosol injection. Here's an excerpt from this report. And the whole report, by the way, can be found on geoengineeringwatch.org. Here's an excerpt. Public concern about climate engineering technologies is substantial and has been voiced in protests. Second excerpt. In the present study, we analyzed the factors that determine the acceptability of climate engineering for the case of stratospheric aerosol injection. Third excerpt. How do stable psychological variables, i.e. values, environmental attitudes, and risk attitudes, and trust in government, influence technology acceptance? Do they enter attitude formation via cognitive or affective pathways? This is a psychological analysis of how to frame spraying the skies with toxic particulates in a way that will get the public to accept this, which has been going on for 7 decades already. I encourage people to read that full report. You'll be astounded. And what's more astounding is that people participate in such reports, just like people participate in the spraying and everything else that's going on around the globe that's so incredibly heinous. People that seem to have lost any sense of honor or morality. That's who would participate with such a report. Polar stratospheric clouds, which are being seen now at low latitudes around the globe. What connection does this have with climate engineering? And people should be extremely alarmed that these clouds are being seen. It's a sign of massive ozone depletion. It's likely a sign that Project Lucy and Alamo, 2 acronyms for yet another layer of technological insanity that appears to be already going on. This is the attempt by the power structure, same people that are geoengineering, to degrade massive methane buildup in the atmosphere by microwaving the atmosphere with radio frequency transmissions, opposing frequencies to molecularly degrade the methane. This is an absolute, the epitome of insanity, if you will. Again, I encourage people to search that. You can find that information on geoengineeringwatch.org. They are microwaving the atmosphere with opposing frequencies to try to degrade the methane because the methane is covering the planet like a layer of glass, fueling what is already likely a runaway global warming event.